From the bottom of my heart, like I feel like a dog. Hey y'all, so this is me at 2 months post-op. I really love my results, and I just wanted to talk about like the process and like what I got done to my nose, because I know before I went on my nose job journey, I watched so many vlogs on YouTube and I found them so helpful. And even like after I got my nose done, it was like an emotional reassurance that everything was going to be okay. So I really wanted to make my own vlog so other people could also watch. So I'll insert some pics of my nose before and after. So if you could tell, my nose before, it was very bulbous at the tip, and every time I smiled, like it would droop, and for that reason I just hated smiling in photos. And if you looked at it from the side, it was very long and overpowering on my face and took away from the rest of my features. And that's why I'm so glad I got it done. I feel like it still looks so natural. Like it does not look like I changed ethnicities, you know what I mean? And my doctor was amazing. I feel like he really understood how to change my nose, make it like smaller, less droopy, but still keep it very natural. So my surgeon was Dr. Yu, or Dr. Yusuf. I've been looking at his work for like a year and a half, and I really liked it. And also with Dr. Yusuf, I feel like you know what you're gonna get. He kind of has this copy and paste nose and tweaks it a little bit per patient. And I was fine with that. Like I think it looks stunning. It's amazing. It looks great on me. I feel like it looks great on every patient. But like you know what to expect with Dr. Yusuf. And so I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into the pros and the cons of getting my nose done with him. Okay, so let's get into the pros and cons. An obvious pro is that it was $6,500. All the other surgeons I looked at that were in my price range and handled patients of my ethnicity and skin thickness were way out of budget. Like I'm talking $30,000. Yeah, and 30,000 is ridiculous. Like that's literally like 3 or 4 semesters of tuition for me. So no. And so I found Dr. Yusuf. I really liked him because he had so many reviews and so many of his patients posted vlogs and videos like just talking about their experience. So that was great. And so the $6,500, it's all inclusive. So that includes your hotel, your transportation, your medication, your anesthesia, and breakfast. So lunch and dinner is on you. However, I did not mind that. I feel like the area you're in is very safe and very walkable. So there's so many cool cafes and restaurants around you, and I wanted to eat authentic Turkish food. So my brother and I were walking around exploring. You know, we could not read the menu, but it was an experience. It was really fun. I recommend doing that. I've never stayed in Turkey like that before, so I had a blast, you know. I do recommend trying that. And what I did also was look up the menu beforehand and then translate it, so you don't look completely clueless. But I did play it safe, and I think I ordered kebabs because I feel like they're pretty universal. And then I ordered something else. I don't know. It's kind of like a pizza. It's kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but it was good. Slay. I did not know how to eat it. I was eating it like a fajita. I know I looked like a joke, but I accepted it. Okay, I accepted it. It's okay. We, it's okay. Um. So yeah, and Another pro is obviously Turkey is the best place to be in terms of getting a rhinoplasty. So I think that made me feel at peace when I was there. I didn't question like, oh, like, what if like I don't know, maybe I should have stayed in the US or like I think those concerns were non-existent for me because Turkey literally does nose jobs better than the US. So, okay, so my cons. And I want to preface this and say, like, these are just some critiques I have. However, I was there for my nose and I got the result that I wanted. So it might come off as a bit nitpicky, but I just want y'all to know. But if I was to do it all over again, I would do it all again. So one con that I had was that I found that they were very unorganized. For example, the day of my cast removal, I got a call at 6 a.m. from Clinic Hub, and somebody on the line was like, come down to the hotel lobby right now. Like, the Sprinter van is outside. Like, y'all need to go ASAP. Like, come down. And I didn't like that. I thought that was very last minute, very irresponsible. Especially because if I missed that phone call, I had my flight the next day in the morning. Like, it could have been messy and I had to get my cast removed by Dr. Yusuf. I did feel that in general, I kind of had to chase them schedule wise. Like, hey, like when am I doing this? Like, when is this gonna happen? And literally the night before the cast removal, I texted them. I was like, hey, like, what time is my cast removal? And they were like, yeah, we'll let you know. Don't worry about it. And then they called me at 6 a.m. Another thing that I kind of didn't like was when nurses came in, they would just do what they had to do and not really communicate. What I mean by that is if they needed to take blood, they would just come in and prick you instead of being like, hey, like, okay, I need this for this reason and this is how many vials I'm going to take. While I understand like there is a language barrier, I do feel that it is a bit ridiculous just to completely like walk up to a patient and prick them. I think it's a very overwhelming and you're very vulnerable because you just got work done or you're about to get it. And I wish there was just some sort of communication. Like, literally, if she pointed to the needle and to me, I would have been like, okay, like, I'm about to get my blood drawn, something. But literally none of that. And I feel like this happened quite a few times. I'm used to in the US where doctors or nurses will literally take their time and explain to you like what's going on. They'll reassure you and they'll walk you step by step through what they're doing so you're not anxious. And I didn't get this at all in Turkey. Like, for example, when they were taking me into the anesthesia room, nobody was reassuring me before I went into surgery, and they just stuck the mask on my face, and I was just supposed to breathe in the anesthesia instead of being like, this is anesthesia, breathe, something like that. And I was very overwhelmed going into the surgery room. Obviously, I've never seen the inside of a hospital. I've never really been in one, knock on wood, may I never be. But it was very unfamiliar territory to me, and I wish somebody reassured me, somebody told me what was going on. And like when I came out of surgery, I had ice on my face, and a nurse walked in and just put, I think, medication through my IV. And I wish she was like, okay, I'm gonna put this in your arm now. You already have ice on your face. I can't see. I don't know what's going on. I've never had an IV in me, and it feels like so weird. Like, if you've never had an IV in you before, it's like cold water or something like going in your veins. Like, how cold water feels when you swallow it? It feels like that, but like through your veins. Like, through your veins. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, it just felt really weird. Like, it felt like intrusive, like something's in my body, it's cold, it's like crawling up my veins, like I don't know, it was weird. And it was just really overwhelming because, like I said, you're in a very vulnerable position, and I wish there was like some sort of communication. Okay, so let's talk about pain. Obviously it looks different for everybody, and I'm just talking from personal experience. I think
when I came out of surgery, I told my brother, like, I feel like a dog. I feel like a dog. That was it. And he's just like really trying not to laugh. And it wasn't like I wasn't even like on anesthesia like that, you know, like saying weird things. Like, no. This was like 100% all honesty coming from the bottom of my heart. Like, I feel like a dog. And my brother's just trying to do his best to be supportive. He's like, oh, okay. But yeah. And then the next thing I said was like, I respect the Kardashians so much. I respect the Kardashians so much for being able to do all this.
But I was in pain. Like so much pain. I know a lot of girls right after their surgery, they would be downstairs having breakfast, chatting it up with the other patients and things like that. Like I physically could not. After my surgery, I had to order a room service. I literally could not get out of bed. Um, and I could not walk to the bathroom. Like, walking to the bathroom felt like a task. I literally had to have my brother help me up and walk me there. And then, right when I'm at the toilet, he would like walk out and I would sit down and do my business. I just want to end this video by saying thank you so much for watching. And I do feel like I left out a lot of details. So, if you have any additional questions, please feel free to message me on Instagram. I will literally answer every single person that asks me about this journey. I don't want anybody to feel alone, and you are not alone. So please utilize the knowledge and experience I have on rhinoplasty. And if anybody's interested, I can also make a part 2 going more in detail about the process. But yeah, thanks for watching.